How'd you guys like the intro? Comments down below. Make sure you give my wife some props. It's always fun for me to have her join me to get a video done. I have a great time with it. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel because there's going to be a lot more content like this in the future. Not that we are gun tubers. We're not. We're interested in surviving the big nationwide shit hit the fan catastrophe that is coming down the pipe. And I personally feel, after having just test ran this cheek pistol concept, that there is going to be a place for this setup in shit hit the fan. There is. And I want to let you guys know that everything you just saw in the intro, we just went out and did it. There's no practice. There's no time. I didn't purchase this pistol and spend months running it through the cheek pistol system. Okay? I didn't do that. I took it. I set it up like this, and I'll explain my setup in case you're interested. I zeroed it while we had some family out this weekend, shooting at cans, and bam, that's it. Film the intro. And what does that tell you? That tells you that even somebody that has no experience with this concept at all can watch a handful of YouTube videos on demonstrated concepts. The video's done by Rhett. He's the guy that came up with this entire idea. I can watch a handful of those. I can purchase a pistol. I can set it up like a cheap pistol, and I can be effective. Bottom line, guys. Bottom line. Let's start by talking about my cheek pistol build. Let me tell you that my goal right off the bat was to do this in an affordable manner because the concept made a lot of sense to me watching Rhett's videos. It was kind of hard to argue with any of his logic. And I'm a logical dude. So when you're talking my language, man, I'm going to hear it loud and clear. And I really wanted to test it out, but I didn't want to break the bank doing it. And so I started looking at handguns that would fill the role, and I chose a super affordable option. This is a Keltec CP33. It is cleared. There's no mag in the well. That's for you, YouTube. I want to say I have about $650 in this build in its entirety. The pistol itself was about $450. I put a Holosun HS403C on it, which is the little solar powered version. Awesome little optic with a 2 MOA red dot in it. Guys, I'm going to do a review on it after I have more time behind it. But it was very lightweight and affordable. It ran me, I want to say, $170 on Amazon. So it fit with my package, like my price point, okay? And then I also threw a Pike Arms .920 flash hider on the front. It's got the good old 1.5-28 threads on it, which is what I needed. I'll show you the end of the muzzle for those of you that are interested. Do we need a flash hider on a .22 long rifle? We don't, right? But with this system, this is more of a safety device than anything else because you're gripping the front of the receiver like so. And if you kind of screw it up because you're doing it fast, you don't want to pop a hole in your little digit or blow it off, right? How useful is this thing? But you're going to look a little weird if you're missing it, so you might as well keep it on there. For the sling, I actually took this off of an Ozark cooler bag. You guys might have seen it in my knife sharpening video. I took it, I put some 550 cord on it, and this is attached with a girth hitch. And that's the same way Rhett does it. I actually contacted him about the $35 sling he offers on his website to ask if he offers a veteran's discount, and he doesn't. That's not why I didn't buy it from him. I just got to thinking that I could make one and save myself $35. So that's exactly what I did, and this works great. Matter of fact, dudes, with my shemagh on and this thing tucked under an arm, you cannot tell there's a sling on me at all. It's just another one of the great things about the cheek pistol concept. Now let's talk about it. How did I discover this? I was kind of wandering around in the dark recesses of YouTube one night, and all of a sudden I found myself watching one of Rhett's videos, and my first impression was, that is the nerdiest looking shit I've ever seen. This, kind of thick, full-grown dude ping, 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 plinking steel out on the range with this little pistol in his face. The same pistol, by the way, in the first video that I watched. But the guy just made too much sense, dudes. And after watching more videos, I had to try it out because it just seemed like a super effective way to employ a pistol that might be a little larger than one you're going to wear in your waistband or on your hip, but still easy to conceal with a longer barrel even, and more capable of reaching out there to targets at 100 yards. Not that you can't do that with a regular sidearm, but this is much, much faster, guys. Much faster. And let's talk about why for a second. What you're doing with Rhett's cheek pistol concept is you are basically getting the cheek weld you get in a long gun. And you have even more support than you have firing a long gun. Let's talk about shooting a regular handgun for a second, right? You got this thing punched out like that. And I'll tell you what, I have not fired a single round out of this handgun in that way, because I can just hold this out here and tell you I'm going to be far less accurate. Okay, when you do this the first time, and then you punch this baby out and try and hold that dot as steady, it is going to be a game changer for you. I promise you. And I'll tell you guys what, this is going to become big. Not the PC-33, but cheek pistols are going to become huge. We are going to find ourselves in a place where manufacturers are making pistols specifically designed to be cheek pistols. I truly believe that. That's how effective this is. So back to this regular handgun approach versus cheek pistols. You get a cheek weld now. And the other thing you get is you have two hands on the gun in two different spots. And you can tuck your elbows in like this for tons of additional support. Dudes, when you're shooting a long gun, and you guys probably know this already, right? You want to tuck that rear elbow in so it's not moving around. You don't want it out here. You don't want it floating. The more points of contact you have, the better. Okay, that's the idea. And you have a forearm out here, but obviously this elbow has no point of contact. That's why you can be so much more accurate if you're firing in a position where your elbows are supported by a barrier or the ground or the insides of your thighs or your knees or whatever it is. Okay? The more points of contact, the better. Well, with this little package, you have more points of contact than you have on a long gun. You've got two hands on it in two different spots. You have both of your elbows tucked in against your body. And you have a cheek weld. This is very, very steady. It's very steady. Game changer. Rhett, you absolutely deserve more than a round of applause. Guys, every once in a while, something comes along that just blows your mind and you know it's going to change shit. This is one of those things. And if it doesn't catch on, it's because people are too caught in their ways. I'm going to be honest with you. That would be the reason why this would not catch on, because people think it looks silly and because they're too set in their ways. And I think about using this in a more capable platform. I'll tell you guys why I picked the CP33. For one, I wanted to be able to spend some time behind the cheek pistol concept. And I'm a baby with it, dudes. I'm a baby. All I did was zero this thing and film the video today. That's it. So imagine how it would look with hours and hours of 22 LR through this little pistol. And 22 LR is affordable, so this is something that I can do. I also like the fact that it's extremely compact and very lightweight compared to a lot of pistols that would be suitable for use as cheek pistols. I looked at some 9mm options that I really love to spring for, but dudes, they were like $2,000 without the accessories and 4.5 pounds. You know, and I want something that I could take shots at coyotes with at 100 yards and not sweat spending the money and just shoot little squeaks and just have a good time with, and sling it and carry it around while I'm working on a fence. I could sling this thing around this arm and my neck, dudes, and put it behind me and practically forget it's there on a nice wide sling like this. Okay? So that's why I chose this particular pistol. Obviously, there's a lot of other options out there that would fit the bill, and if you were going to use something like this and shit hit the fan, we'll get into that in a minute, okay? Well, after we talk about a little bit more strengths. But you obviously would prefer something in 9mm, 10mm, 5.56 NATO. You know? Hell. I know Ruger's making like a 5.7 pistol that's pretty damn long that would probably fit into that category as well. I'm just not a big fan of 5.7, especially out of longer barrels. I think it performs better out of pistol barrels, to be honest. It just dumps too much energy in the first few inches of flesh out of a long barrel to really get good penetration. But yeah, let's talk about where this really wins, in addition to concealability and ease of carry. Guys, it's so maneuverable. You saw me run through the house in CQB just kind of screwing around. I skipped a whole bunch of rooms on purpose just to like get you some good shots for the video. And there was no dry run. That was it. My wife turned on the camera and followed me through the house, and that's what you get, okay? But I could stand in a doorway with this. And spin 360 degrees and not touch a door jamb. This is so maneuverable. You guys saw in the intro video, firing at the truck. So easy to grab this thing, get right out the truck window. Get out the back of the truck. You know? Passenger window. Right? So easy to do. And it's very rapid acquiring the red dot in this thing. Very rapid. All you gotta do is put your face on that thing. Boom, you see it right away. There's no looking for it. There's no training yourself to bring it up right to the perfect spot to acquire it. It's so fast, guys. So fast. Now, where does this thing fit into Shit Hit the Fan? Because that's what this channel is really all about, right? In my personal opinion, this is going to fit in to that initial window of chaos. You know, the window that starts when people realize they can never go to McDonald's again or take a hot shower and they're running out of antipsychotic meds. That's the window. It's going to kick off in the beginning. Some people like myself that are in the right location, way out in the boonies, I might not have to deal with it. Might have to deal with it, you know, making my last trip to town or something like that, or you know, some people could come up the road and be a problem. But for other people, it might last 2 weeks. It might last 2 months. It might last an entire year, depending on where you are and your approach to Shit Hit the Fan. During that period of time, a lot of the defensive use of firearms we're going to see is going to be within speaking or yelling distance. It's not going to be at extended ranges. I know a lot of guys think the shit's going to hit the fan and they're going to be, you know, taking shots on two-legged predators at 800 yards with their AR, but that's really not how it's going to go down unless we see ourselves in some kind of civil war situation where battle lines are clearly drawn and you know exactly who the bad guys are. All right? Most shit hit the fan situations, you're dealing with a lot of civilians and ex-military and ex-law enforcement because the official versions will cease to exist. So during that initial chaos window, having a lightweight, concealable platform, especially something with more firepower, like I said, 9mm, 10mm, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, whatever it's going to be a great option during that initial spot, okay? So that's really where I feel that the cheap pistol fits in, much like a handgun, but a better option, albeit a little less concealable. I think that's about it, pimps. I am going to have more content about cheap pistols on this YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. I also want to encourage you, if you're interested in the setup, to get over to Rhett's YouTube channel. It's called Demonstrated Concepts. Make sure you check him out and get him some likes and subscribe to his channel just for coming up with the concept. Like it, share it with someone that would be interested in the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out my Patreon link in the description, and I'll see you all in the next video.